Hey there, welcome back to Old Guy Insights. Today we're diving into a question that's quirky, controversial, and pretty much guaranteed to cause some commotion. I mean, what do you say to someone who insists the Earth is flat? Yep, that's right. We're stepping right into the flat Earth debate. A topic that stirs up all kinds of strong stances and stubborn sentiments. But here's the question. What would you actually say if a friend or family member sat you down and said with total confidence, the Earth is flat? Would you laugh, argue, or sit there speechless? Now here's the thing. It's not just a hypothetical for me. Not too long ago, a contractor working on my house actually asked me, "So, Steve, do you think the Earth is flat?" And my first thought was, oh, crap, here we go. I didn't want to get into a heated debate with the guy helping to build this office. But I didn't want to just nod along either. I mean, in that moment, I had to think fast. I used some of the tips I'm sharing in this video to keep things civil and calm, and maybe even a little humorous. Plus, I leaned on two secret words I use whenever I find myself in tricky, tense conversations like this. I'll let you in on a secret. Just between us, of course. Those two words, oh, and wow. Simple, right? But they're pure magic. They're the ultimate neutral responses, just enough to keep the other person talking without saying what you're really thinking. Oh, and wow. Give you space to breathe and keep from feeling like you're walking on eggshells. So stick around because by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to handle flat Earth conversations or any bizarre belief without losing your cool, your relationships, and your sanity. And I'll share some surprising tips later for ending things on a high note, even if they won't budge an inch on their beliefs. All right, up front, let's get real. When you're talking to a die-hard, dedicated flat earther, it's usually not about the facts. It's about belief, belonging, and a worldview they're fiercely loyal to. If you come in swinging with data, they'll dig in even deeper. It's like telling a die-hard sports fan their team sucks. They're going to defend it no matter what. So instead of a fact fight, let's talk about how to keep things civil, hold your ground, and still keep your relationships intact. So picture this. You're sitting across from your crazy cousin Larry, who's got that look in his eye and is ready to tell you NASA's nonsense. He's leaning in, grinning like he's about to unlock the secrets of the universe. And first off, keep your cool. Stay calm, collected, and compassionate. It's the way to go. And when he starts in, instead of shutting him down, try asking, what got you interested in this? This isn't a trick, it's genuine curiosity. Usually there's a story behind this kind of belief. Maybe Larry's fed up with feeling lied to. Maybe he loves the idea of a grand conspiracy. Or maybe he just wants to feel like he's part of something exclusive. Finding out what fueled his belief can give you a better sense of where he's coming from. And often, just letting him feel heard and human helps diffuse the intensity. Now, that doesn't mean you have to nod along or agree. Not one bit. But there's a big difference between hearing someone out and endorsing what they believe. When he's done, a smart next move is to ask, hey, mind if I tell you what I think? By asking for permission, you make it easier for him to hear you out without automatically going on the defensive. And once you get the go-ahead, you can say something like, I get why you'd question what we're told. It's smart to think for yourself. And for me, I've looked into the science that shows the Earth is round, and it makes sense to me. So you're standing your ground without starting a showdown. But when you're really stuck and don't know what to say next, remember those two magic words. Oh, wow. They're perfect because they're just open enough to keep the other person talking and neutral enough that you're not committing to anything. If Cousin Larry is going off about the government hiding the truth, you can just smile and say, "Oh, wow." You'd be amazed how far those two little words can go in keeping things calm and casual. Now, sometimes all someone wants is a little space to feel heard without pushback. Here's another tip. There are tons of ways to confirm the Earth's shape. Satellite images, the way ships disappear over the horizon, even the fact that different stars dance in different skies around the world. But listing out all those facts might just make him dig in harder. So try what I call the invitation to curiosity. You could say, if you're interested, there are some really cool videos out there that break down the science in a way that's easy to follow. Don't make it a dare, just an invitation. And if he's curious, great. If not, hey, you still planted a seed. And hey, if you need a little humor to lighten things up, here's a gem you can pull out. I mean, honestly, if the Earth were really flat, we'd know that by now because cats would have knocked everything off the edges. I mean, just imagine if there was an edge. Those cats would be taking full advantage, swatting cities, continents right off the side, just to see what happens. Sometimes a little lighthearted laugh is all you need to remind everyone that, hey, this is just a conversation, not a courtroom. So let's say, though, that you're at a family reunion and Aunt Susan jumps in to back up Larry. The stakes are getting serious now, right? Don't panic. And don't go on the offensive. You can actually diffuse this situation with a quick bit of humor. Try saying, the only thing I'm sure of is I don't want any more drama before dessert. It's a chuckle, and it's a gentle way to hit the reset button on the whole topic. A quick quip can make everyone take a breath, maybe even let the conversation drift to something else. Now, another great tactic, focus on common ground. If Larry's big concern is that we're being lied to, you can say, I agree. It's good to question what we're told. You're acknowledging a shared value, thinking for yourself, without agreeing with his belief. And honestly, could we all use a bit more of that healthy skepticism in life? Sometimes just a little bit of connection can make someone feel less defensive. But if the conversation keeps heating up or they're just not letting it go, give yourself permission to gracefully bow out. You can say, hey, I care about you and I love a good discussion, but I don't want this turning into an argument. You're setting a boundary with kindness, and then you can redirect the topic or leave the room or make an excuse to get something to drink. A little space can go a long way in keeping the peace, preserving the relationships, and maintaining your own peace of mind. One last approach is what I call the reflect and redirect. Instead of battling over facts, turn the conversation to something a bit more personal. Say, it sounds like you've really thought about this a lot. Now, I can tell it's important to you. And then gently ask, what's one thing you wish more people understood about it? This puts the ball back in their court without inviting a debate. And it shows you respect their perspective, even if you don't share it. Sometimes just feeling seen is enough for someone to relax and let the topic drop. And here's the big bottom line. You don't have to win this conversation. In fact, most of the time, trying to win only leads to more tension. Sometimes it's better to preserve the peace than prove the point. Think of it as a chance to connect. And if the topic of flat Earth comes up, remember, it's okay to stand steady in what you believe while respecting someone else's right to think differently. If they're really set on it, the best thing you can do might just be to smile and say, oh, wow. So next time you're face to face with someone who insists the Earth is flat, remember, oh and wow, they're my personal favorites. A little humor and maybe an open mind can go a long way. And who knows, Maybe over time they'll come around, or maybe not. Either way, you'll walk away with your integrity, relationships, and sanity intact. Life's too short to argue over imaginary edges. Hey, if this gave you a chuckle or some fresh ideas for your next family get-together, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to boop the notification bell for more insights and chats just like this one. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. What's one belief you think people should question more often? Drop it in the comments below, please. Hey, while you're here, YouTube says you are going to love this video. So until next time, stay awesome, keep learning, and always do good things. See ya.